Prophecy, don't want no problems, not with me. I just might call her Mama E. Slay on my demons, watch them leave. Prophecy, don't want no problems, not with me. I just might call her Mama E. Slay on my demons, watch them leave.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Eve, and today's a good day. Today's a great day. Today is a fabulous day. But what's more important? Today is your day. So welcome back to another Tuesday tea. I think it's been a little bit since I did a Tuesday tea, but I'm sure glad that I have the opportunity to do it today. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you, my honey buns, that wished me well wishes on my birthday. Do y'all know this was one of the best birthdays I ever experienced? I had so many calls and gifts, and let me just sum it up like this. I felt so much love. And I thank you. From the smallest things to the grande, to the greatest, the biggest, the largest things, I want to say thank you. So, saying that, I want to talk a little bit today because I've been asked to do this video. I have one of my honey buns that asked me would I personally do a video for her, and I thought about it and I said okay. So I don't know how this is going to go, but she offered up a question that she wanted to answer from me. And the question was, what is 10 things that you would do or you would not do as a spiritual practitioner? I thought that was an absolutely wonderful idea. Now, this is personal, so I can't answer for you, and you if you're a spiritual practitioner. So I'm going to give you my opinions on the questions, and try to give you a little bit of insight too. All right. So number one, something that I would not do. I will never denounce God and or my beliefs. Now, this is a personal video. This is talking about Mama Eve. There are many different sources of energy. We hear it quite often when people say God, and they take it literally. It could be a light bulb. It could be a tree. It could be a cow. But as far as I go, no, I'm talking about the creator of all things. The creator. God, the one that created me, even knew who I was, knew my name, even know how many hairs I have on my head. This is the God that I not only would never denounce, but I worship. I worship. Let's get that clear. I worship and I praise him. Not just on Sundays, not just on Saturdays, but every day. Number two. Something else that I would do. I believe it's very important, and I would always be a person that you could come to in confidence. This is so important to me because a lot of times when clients and customers come in, they share things with me that nobody knows. This could be something that it could be a wound that's been there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And they never, ever could share it with anyone. So I believe that confidentiality is so important, especially as a spiritual practitioner. Nobody wants to come in and share. And when they leave out the door, all your business is blowing in the wind. So that's very important. Number 3, Something that I would not do. I would not discuss other practitioners and their practices. This is something that I'm avid about. I don't like it when persons come in and they start saying, well, I went to such and such and such and they did this and it didn't work and I paid them a lot of money. I don't want to hear it, because what I know as a spiritual practitioner is sometimes it's not the practitioner, sometimes it's us. So when things does not work a lot of times, not a lot of times, but quite often, it's not because the practitioner is not doing their job. It's because we're not doing our job. And when I say we are, I don't mean the practitioner, I mean the clients. So I don't want to hear it when you come in talking about, oh, I was on the internet. This is one that I hear every week. I was on the internet. I was in a certain group, and they was doing. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to cut you off, and that's another thing that I'm going to put in here right now. If somebody comes to me and start talking about anybody, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right. Number 4. This goes with number 3. Something that I would not do. I would not complete another practitioner's work. I do not do that. And I'm sure that there is quite a few you out there in Viewland that you have experienced this with me. For instance, I had a young lady and she was in some group, Facebook group or something, and they was doing recipes about financial baths. And the person that was in charge or whoever, she said you needed to add pennies right into the bath water. So she didn't say how many. So the young lady came in and said, well, how many pennies am I supposed to put in there? I said, so this is what I want to do. I'm going to offer some advice. Go back to them, text them, call them, email them, do whatever you got to do, and ask them. I do not believe in completing other practitioners' work. If you're going to go to another practitioner, go to them, because after all, there is a lot of practitioners out here. But if you come to me, I'm going to tell you how to do things the way I want you to do them. That does not mean if you go somewhere else, it's going to be the exact thing. So that is something that I feel I just don't do. All right. Let's see. Number 5, something that I would do. I would always respect your beliefs. Now, let me clear that one up. I respect what you believe. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to believe what you believe. Even practicing, I'm going to respect what you tell me. I'm going to respect what you do. But that does not mean that I'm going to do or I'm going to practice the way that you practice. See, a lot of times we sit in a judgmental zone. So if you're not doing it my way, then it's the wrong way. So this is a non-judgmental zone. I am non-judgmental. I listen, and I do believe that we can learn something from each other. But as far as me respecting what you believe, I'm going to always respect what you believe. All right. Number 6, something I would not do. I would not intentionally suggest a product or service if not needed. Now, this is something that is frequent. Let's just say I have a client and she's been told that she's under spiritual attack. When I consult the spirit and I find out this is not true, I am going to tell you it is not true. I don't feel it. I do not agree with it. I this happens more than what you would think. I feel sorry for people that there is nothing there, but people get over on them. They charge them money. They say that, oh, you got A, B, C, D. In all actuality, it's nothing. It's nothing that prayer can't change. So this is something I would not intentionally suggest a service or product if you do not need it. All right. The next one would be I will be transparent and honest. Even if I don't know an answer to something, I will tell you I do not know the answer to that. I will try to research it. I would try to go in prayer about it. I would seek other advice about it. But if I don't know something, I truly believe nobody knows everything. And there have been times that I didn't know the answer. And I didn't make up an answer. I didn't falsify an answer. I just tell you I don't know. So that's very important. And number 9, this says, I wrote it down here, I will always do reverse work and block work for myself. So I've been asked to go a little bit deep in that answer. If you're a spiritual worker and practitioner, you will probably be able to relate to this. There is so much jealousy. There is so much hatred. It is such a competitive field or gift that a lot of us are in. So what happens is you have one worker fighting against another worker, fighting against another worker. So what I do is I put a block up. And I keep that block up. I'm not saying I'm not untouchable, but baby, you got to be something to touch Mama Eve. And let's talk a little bit about client work. If you come to me as a client and somebody is doing harm from another from another worker. So what I do is I put a block up, because let me tell you, every good worker know if another worker is really fighting hard against your client. And if you don't block yourself, once that other practitioner finds out, they're going to do one or two things. They're going to stop working, or they're going to work harder. So I kind of think of a sheet. I kind of stay behind the sheet. And I'm talking about the spiritual sheet. I stand behind the spiritual sheet so that I can go in and snatch my client so that she can or he can get what it is that needs to be got. And I understand you may not understand that. I understand that you may not understand that, but if you're a worker, you will understand that. All right? And number 10. I think this is my second most important. The first one is number 1. But number 10, I would never tell nobody all of my secrets. Now, that's with exception. All right? So with my children, my grandchildren, I share a little bit more with them. My godchildren, I share a little bit more with them than I do with just my clients or people that call me. A good chef never tells his secret recipe. Because if you know the secret recipe, now you know as much as the chef do. So I do not tell everybody everything I know. I won't do it, and I never will do it. Now, if I'm writing a book later on in life, I don't know what's going to happen. But as it goes now, very close. So if I'm making a bath, if I'm mixing a bath, and it's 12 ingredients, I'm going to tell you 11. But that last one, I'm not going to tell you. Why? Why would I purposely do that? There's one or two reasons. Number one, you can't be Mama Eve. Number two is when you listen to spirit, I don't do the same thing over and over again. For instance, if I have a client that's having financial problems and I'm mixing her baths, then I will consult, I'll go into prayer. What is it that I need to help my client? So the recipe may be, boom, this is my client's own personal recipe. Now, somebody else come in and they want, they having financial difficulties and they need some work to release finances. Same thing. I go into prayer. I ask for guidance. Boom, they have their own recipe. 9 times out of 10, this recipe is different than this recipe. So it would be kind of hard for me to say, this is exactly what you need to do. I'm going to get close because both of these recipes have similar things, but one might have 2 extra ingredients. Something else might have, this other one might have 3 extra ingredients. So I don't tell because I cannot tell. It's very hard for me to dress like pull-out candles because all of them are different. I might put this type of powder or this type of herb or this type of oil in one candle, but for another client that's standing right behind them, it may be something altogether different. That's when you know that you hear from the Spirit. And guess what? If you do hear it, because what I do is I try to take myself out of spiritual situations and rely solely, because Mama Eve gonna get it wrong. My guess is going to be wrong. But the Spirit is never ever wrong. That's my experience. So if I would be weak and let the Spirit be strong in me, I know that these things are going to work for my clients as well as my customers. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that she's going to be happy that I did this video because she kept asking me. So if you have an idea of a video that you may want me to do, just write it in the comments. I do have a list of videos, so I'll put it on the list. And who knows, hopefully sooner than later, I will try to get to that video. Sometimes I get sidetracked because I will start doing something and the Spirit say, no, don't do it. It's not time yet. So then guess what? Once again, I have to listen to the Spirit and not listen to Mama Eve. So don't forget, October the 29th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., we're having Fun Night with Mama. I'm so excited about it. I got wind of some of the decorations, and they're getting together the finger foods and the music, and we're going to have a ball. So come on, and it's real reasonable. $25 for adults, $10 for children. Where can you go at? Be safe, have a good time. I'm sure we're going to have security there. So we are going to have a great time. Now, before I leave, I had to tell y'all this. And I wanted to wait until everything was in concrete. Well, I'm coming to Florida. I will be in Florida the first week of November. All right? I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a 3-night conference on walk into your purpose. Walk into your purpose. And the last night is going to be a white light ceremony, and that's an empowerment ceremony. So I am so excited. If you're in Florida and you want to see me, you can call today. I already know that in Florida they have a list of people that they're keeping track of that's all ready to make appointments. I don't want to leave anybody out. So, y'all keep praying. What y'all doing for me is working. It's working. The doors are open. They was cracked. Now they're opening further. And I am in position to walk through those open doors. So, y'all look out for more information. If you want to see me, call me. If you're in Florida or any nearby state, call me and I'll tell you the exact date, where I'll be at, and how you can set up your appointment to see Mama Eve. All right. So I thank you. Y'all know I appreciate y'all so. And I look forward to spiritually seeing you in my next video. Kisses. Mwah.
Prophecy, don't want no problems, not with me. I just might call her Mama E. Slay on my demons, watch them leave. Prophecy, don't want no problems, not with me. I just might call her Mama E. Slay on my demons, watch them leave.